Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Boog Nice coming at you with the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie Katy figure review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
And a quick look at the artwork on the left side of the box. It is the same on the left and the right. And a quick frontal view. Alright, let's bust this bad boy open and see what's what. Alright, here we go. Shang-Chi movie Katy, who's going to be played by Awkwafina in the movie. This kind of came out of left field. We didn't know that this was going to be a figure attached to this wave. I mean, technically it's not attached to the wave because there's no Build-A-Figure part packed in with this figure. And I do believe that this is a Target exclusive. I did pick her up from Target today. What's today's date? I'm pretty sure that these figures were street dated for the 25th. I ordered online and then went into the store to pick her up. Looks like she's going to be in some traditional sort of garb here that may be unique to the Ten Rings organization or some ceremony or something in the movie. We really don't know. To me, it looks like she's going to be some comedic relief, and maybe she'll be a love interest for Simu Liu's character for Shang-Chi. We'll see. Actually, let me read her bio real quick. Her bio on the back of the package reads, Katy, Shang-Chi's oldest friend, is free-spirited and fiercely loyal. So yeah, whatever that means, we're not really sure what type of character she's going to play. Like I said, I do believe she will be some sort of comedic relief. She's a pretty funny person in real life, so we'll see how that plays out. I saw somebody comment that she may have been put into place to watch over Shang-Chi to make sure he wasn't straying away from the pack or what have you, and may reveal herself to be someone else towards the end of the movie. I thought that was pretty interesting. I could see that happening. Either way, a really nice looking figure here, some brand new parts. The entire body I believe is new, including the hand sculpts. The head sculpt obviously is unique to Awkwafina's look. And there's a closer look at the head sculpt, which I do think is pretty good. I think all of the head sculpts for the characters from the movie have been good, although they all been kind of neutral. Yeah, I don't think any of the head sculpts have had much emotion, but again, I do feel like all of these characters from the movie so far are going to be great for kit bashing, for stand-in characters and other displays, for diversity in your displays. You know, obviously you can now display with a bunch of Asian characters, so I do think this is great. I do think that this particular figure could be an army builder as well. If you wanted some traditional ceremony somewhere, you know, people are pretty creative when it comes to setting up displays. I would still actually consider her part of the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave, although you don't need her to complete the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure. But like the other characters from the movie so far, the textures on all of their deco has been really good. You can see a nice little detailed floral print here, and it runs all the way around to the back side. Hair looks good. Give you a quick look at this ball peg. While it is one of the smaller ball pegs, I don't think it is the smallest one that Marvel Legends will normally put on a female figure, so you may be able to do quite a few swaps here, which is really what I wanted this figure for, and I think that'll be one of the most attractive things about this figure for most collectors. The head, the hands, swapping them on and off, and making your own characters, and of course the feet. I think this is the first time we've seen a female character with open-toe sandals, so this is something that you may be able to swap on to other female characters and do some cool kit bashes. There is rotation at the ankle, and it seems like there's a ball peg right at the cuff at the bottom of her pants, so you may be able to actually just pop the entire ankle and foot off and possibly swap that on to some other female characters. Out of the package, she comes with two hands that are open, but they're cupped. Looks like she could hold some items with these hands, but aside from these, she does have a set of fists as well, so obviously these will come in handy with other female characters with similar skin tone. She's also packed in with this cool little quiver. Definitely a design that we've never seen before, including the arrows that you have here. So there's one single arrow, which you see here in the quiver, and then these arrows in her left hand, there's actually two. They're fixed together, so it's all one sculpt. But I guess you can get all three into the quiver let's see. And I may have this totally wrong. I may have had it wrong before with the arrow in this little portion here, because it's actually a hole all the way through the quiver and these kind of just hang in there. I don't know if that's the correct way to do this or not. You guys let me know in the comments below. You know, I'm wrong a lot with some of these weapons. For some reason, that just seems off to me. But it is a great design, and I do feel like these are probably some of the best arrows that we've received before. They're a little more durable than some of the arrows of the past, so not bad. So yeah, obviously you can sling it across her shoulder, put it on her back here. Again, I'm not 100% sure how these arrows are supposed to be in here, if it's just supposed to be one of these numbers or what, but yeah, you guys let me know in the comments below how that should go. And it would make absolutely no sense for her to be packed in with the quiver and arrows without a bow, so she does have a bow here. New design again. I don't think we've seen this before, so unique to the character, unique to the movie. And why would they pack her in with a quiver and a bow if she didn't actually have some archery skills? So she may bust out some crazy kung fu moves or something like that. So one thing Hasbro has never given us is a working string on a bow. You know, it is still a kind of softer, pliable plastic here, so you can mess around with it, but I wouldn't recommend you really trying to bend this out of shape too much. And then her final accessory here is a ancient Chinese wuzzle. I don't know what this is. I really don't know what the hell this is actually, but I guess we will see this appear in the movie. I feel like I saw a comment. Oh, she's going down. I feel like I saw a comment from somebody that said that this was some mythical Chinese creature. I don't know. If you are watching this video, let me know in the comments below. Again, this is some left field shit. I really don't know what's gonna happen with this in the movie. Apparently we will see some ancient battles, and we'll see a dragon that sort of resembles Foom, maybe. We'll see some giant lions. We saw that in the trailer already, but we were joking about this on the podcast last night because the way it's packaged, you see it from above and it kind of looked like it was a hat or something like that originally, but it is some type of headless animal that is sitting. So I don't know what's the deal with this. If you know, let me know in the comments below. And a real quick look at the articulation. You saw that the head was on a ball joint. You get a decent range of motion as far as rotating goes. Not going to get her to look up too far. Obviously it'll be hindered a little bit because of the hair. She can look down, left, right, pivot. No real big issues with the head. Obviously if you have a head sculpt with shorter hair, you'll get a fuller range of motion. Shoulders on a ball joint, they're going to come up that far. You can do a full 360. There is a single hinged elbow, about 90 degrees. It'll rotate on that hinge as well. Swivel in a hinge on the wrist. There is upper torso articulation. This belt is a separate part. If you look closely in there, the entire upper torso is just on a ball peg. So you can remove this upper torso and maybe swap it out for something else, some other look. Because if you look at the slit here, the legs are through and through. She's got red pants all the way up to the top. There is an upper thigh swivel there. Looks like there'll be a T-joint at the pelvis. There are double jointed knees. Like I said, there's rotation here at the end of her pant leg. There's a hinge on the foot. There's a pivot. So great articulation for the foot scope alone, because you got a couple of different opportunities here for swapping. You know, you don't have to be the greatest customizer to do this. Again, there's a ball peg here at the ankle, but you can also just slip the foot off of the peg here and possibly just swap out the feet alone without the ankle. I'm interested to get a couple of more of these because I want to take off the lower portion here and see what the pants look like under there, and again maybe just swap on a different upper torso. That'll give you a bunch of options in terms of what we have already with other female characters. And there's a real quick look at all of the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie figures we've received so far. On the far left is Wen Wu, and then we have Xia Ling, and then Katy right in the middle, Shang-Chi to her left, to our right, and then on the far right is the Death Dealer. These all look great. I mean, it's pretty interesting to see all Asian faces here, all Asian lineup, predominantly Asian cast in the movie. Like I mentioned in the Shang-Chi review, I mean, that's pretty big. I saw a funny tweet, I think it was, saying that if Asian people showed up to the movie theater and, you know, and really played the part and dressed the part like a lot of black people did for Black Panther, that, you know, no one should have anything to say about that. And I agree. I think that would be pretty funny and pretty on brand. So looking forward to that. So a quick correction here. The Marvel Monday live stream was today, and they were finally showing off the figures from this wave, or at least these 4 figures from the movie, and this 5th figure here in Awkwafina's character Katy. And I saw Dwight fix the bow into this little quiver. So this is actually how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to hold only 1 arrow there. So like I said, I'm wrong quite a bit when it comes to these weapons, but yeah, that looks a lot better. And yes, you can swap the hands from Sha Ling onto Katy's figure here. Skin tones don't quite match up, but you can fudge it. There's the Lightning Collection Yellow Ranger unmasked head or unhelmeted head. It's just sitting on the peg. Doesn't quite pop on there, but it looks good. Proportions look good. Another option. And that works as well. That's the dream. That's the Jean Grey head from the Hellfire Club box set. When you pop it all the way onto the peg, then she completely loses the neck. That doesn't look right. Head looks a little large, and I'm probably going to pull the peg completely out from the neck when I try to remove this head now. But I do like the colors. I like the red hair and a red eye makeup with this red sort of kimono, if that's what you would even call this. Yeah, these heads are too big. That's the Black Queen head from the same box set with no neck peg, just kind of sitting on the neck there. There's the Apocalypse series Psylocke. I know this is probably one everybody wanted to see. The head's not kind of positioned all the way down on the neck. I feel like if I push it down on there, then I'll be pulling the peg out again. I don't feel like going through that, but you can kind of finesse it if you kind of half it on that peg. The head is still a little large, but it could work. Skin tones do not match though. Alright, I'm getting up out of here. Final random grouping of figures that's not so random. It's stuff that's close by, but the suited body from the Logan and Professor X 2-pack on the far left with the 80th anniversary unmasked Tony Stark head on that body. You've seen me do that plenty of times. And then to his left going right, I have one of my very first Hellfire Club guards. Shout out to Figures and Son for sending me this figure, and a very cool personal sort of fan mail letter that I won't read and embarrass anybody, but it was heartfelt. It was very cool. I did actually get 2 more Hellfire Club goons recently. I'll talk about those in the next video. That was from somebody else. Shout out to you. And then I have the Beta Sentinel Build-A-Figure Wave Wolverine. I have him here because I still need to finish the reviews for the figures from that wave. I don't have the other figures. I have 1 figure on my pile of loot, which is Magneto, but I'm still missing 3 figures from the wave. But the teaser towards the end of the Marvel Monday had that shirtless Wolverine. A lot of speculation going on right now that we may be getting a couple of more of the Reavers. If you remember in my interview with the Hasbro team, that was one of Dwight's obscure characters that he wanted to see made, was Pretty Boy, I believe, from the Reavers. And then they showed that shirtless Wolverine, and people are speculating that it may be like some figures from a specific issue of the X-Men. Something should be popping up here where Wolverine faced off against the Reavers and he was shirtless. And then we have Katy, and then shout out to Two Shot Toys, who I talked about on this past week's episode of the ACBA podcast. I was able to meet up with him this past weekend to get this infamous Iron Man. And as it relates to this Doctor Doom, you know, we did get the Fantastic Four tease with the Johnny Storm figure. I'm sure we'll be getting another Doom at some point. Maybe we'll get She-Hulk in her Fantastic Four uniform. I talked about that a while ago. But yeah, I definitely want to do something with this Doom and the unmasked head that he comes with. And then on the far right is the Beta Sentinel Build-A-Figure Wave Omega Sentinel. Again, I just need to finish the reviews for the figures from this wave, but I'm really eager to do some kit bashes with this body for Katy. I need to get at least 3 more of these figures and mess around and pop the top off and all of that stuff. This is definitely one I would recommend. No Build-A-Figure part, but the incentive here is the kit bash potential. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace.
Now that's how we ride. I'm from the G side, Harlem uptown on the east side. My man, I'm 3 fly, so ain't no issue, I'm official tissue.